So this is a work in progress, and we hope that sooner than later, the state of emergency in that regional state will be lifted, and we will be able to have both regional and federal elections in Tigray. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can now pass to three questions which actually have been raised hands. So we'll ask each individual, please, to, once they're unmuted, to put their question live. And the first is from Ambassador Teferi Desta, the Ethiopian ambassador to the UK.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to start by expressing my gratitude to the distinguished panelists for their insights and to thank Chatham House for organizing this important and timely platform for debate as we approach the start of election season in Ethiopia. As echoed by the panelists earlier, the context currently surrounding this historic election itself represents a critical juncture in the modern history of Ethiopia, a moment for this generation of Ethiopians to define the realities of the next. Naturally, the expectations are high and rightly so. The sacrifices that heralded in the Ethiopian spring of 2018 demanded as much. Young people bled and died for the promise of a reformed society, an Ethiopia that would transition away from exclusionary oligarchy to participatory democracy. This promise and the transition that it has birthed is too critical to be left unrealized. The government knows as much. There is no going back.
Your Excellency, do you have a question specifically you want to pose to the panel?
I'm just making a remark.
I see.
Shall I continue?
By all means, but I think it'd be useful to get Q&A going. If you could pose a question to whichever member of the panel, that'd be great.
I'm just trying to reflect on the preparation of my government's position on coming election, and I just want to express my remark. I have no question.
Okay. Well, Your Excellency, thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. The second question is from Ambassador Alistair McPhail, UK Ambassador to Ethiopia. If you could put your question live, thank you. Are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was asking a question.
Oh, right, maybe you weren't. No problem.
But it's nice to see our friends on screen.
Okay, I think you may have had a hand raised. That was probably what was spotted. Okay. Is that okay, Alistair? Okay. We'll move to the third question from Ali Verji, Senior Advisor, I believe, at the US Institute of Peace.
Thank you. I do have a question, which goes to Madam Burtukan. When you spoke about the process of voter registration, I have two points, or two questions I wonder if you could address. One is that the timetable for voter registration overlaps with that of the election campaign. So I wonder if you have any concerns about whether voter registration will be politicized by the fact that electoral campaign activities of political parties will be ongoing. And secondly, we all know, unfortunately, that there are a large number of displaced persons in Ethiopia, not only in Tigray, but in other parts of the country over the last few years. And we're just wondering how the Electoral Board plans to register those residents, not necessarily in Tigray perhaps, but certainly in other parts of the country, how those populations will be included. Thank you.
Madam Burtukan?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ali, for your question. The fact that the period of voters registration overlaps with the election campaign, I think that would create an opportunity for political parties, to motivate their supporters and members to go and register. That's, in prior experience, the voters might feel like in previous elections, that's what I wanted to say, regular voters might feel like, they don't have um, the option they need and available, so they may not vote. And then when the campaign period starts, when they see the debate, they would feel like, oh, this is the party I should go for, but they are not registered, so opportunity lost. But this time around, we are registering the candidates and the political parties ahead of voters registration. By the way, for your information, we have 53 political parties accredited by the National Electoral Board. All 53 of them, they already selected their symbol for the election. It's very encouraging participation. Nobody is out of the process so far. And then we will start the candidate registration and then the campaign. As I said, it could serve as an opportunity to motivate voters and to get their cards and get registered, because the polling day is in June. People may not give much attention, but this time around, the NEBE, as election management body,
Madam Botakan, I'm afraid your mic went again.
will be engaged in a very huge, voters in voters information, and at the same time, the political parties would have a chance to motivate people. Bob, can you hear me?
Yes, Madam Botakan, I think we slightly got a problem again on your line, so we'll move on. Thank you for answering those questions. And we've got a further question here, which I'll read out.
Oh, sorry. I'm back, I guess. Sorry, I have two more opportunity.
I'm very sorry about your line, but thank you. We'll move on to another question from Anthony Morris. A question for Professor Bayeni Petros.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sorry about that, Madam Botakan. Question for Bayeni Petros. You speak about the need for inclusive participatory dialogue over the next 5 years. Do you think there is any chance that the upcoming elections can proceed peacefully if this dialogue has not yet begun? Professor Bayeni, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, this the dialogue process, as I see it, is going to take a long period of time. It's not one or a few successive